Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. It is Saturday. We have a bunch of cards from different expansions lined up. And as you can see, I'm in a different environment from normal, back at my parents' place in Hamburg. And yeah, let's have a nice start into these holidays with this rather uninspiring looking kingdom. And you can read through the cards over here. Let me hide myself. Well, we have a few very strong cards, but also we have the complete and utter absence of proper draw, actually of any draw. Unless we pull a certain loot from looting, we won't be able to increase our hand size really. And that is always quite the nuisance. Yeah, but let's talk about the cards one by one. What do we want to get here? I think we want to start off by getting one or two overlords, thin down quickly with upgrades. If we had the 5/2, we would also open upgrade, of course, and then yeah, quickly get rolling as quickly as possible. I don't think Soothsayer is worth it because the trashing is so strong. Maybe it is. But the drawing your opponent an extra card if you curse them kind of negates that thing. I mean, still gotta waste some of their upgrade trashes to curses, but I don't think like having those extra golds in your own deck is gonna be worth it. I think this is going to be rather tough to play. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this. AI is usually quite good in these kingdoms where you don't require a lot of, well, deck control. And here we won't be able to achieve that much. There's also a notable synergy between upgrade and looting, especially in such a drawless kingdom, as the loots are those are 15 different unique things that usually give +3 money and mostly also give buy. And loots cost 7, so upgrade, trashing a card, gaining one, costing exactly one more than it, then we might be able to set up a few last minute, last second province trashes, or loot trashes into province. And I think that's going to be, yeah, really important here. So our general game plan is to get thin, to then grab upgrades, grab looting, and then see how that goes. The kingdom plot looks as follows. Yeah, there's an utter absence of draw. No draw at all. Technically, with looting, yeah, you can increase your hand size, and also if your opponent plays Soothsayer, sacrifice, while it does you draw you 2 cards if you trash an action, it's also it requires you to have 2 cards in your hand, so it doesn't increase the hand size. And yeah, it's also the only village, so we're limited to 1 terminal per turn, although really there are not that many exciting terminals you would like to play. Maybe the occasional smugglers, but Overlord could do this for us, and then yeah, you mainly want to focus on upgrade and Overlord. Maybe 1 sacrifice or so. Now, well, I don't even know how to really approach this one. I also think the 3/4 is a rather ugly opening. Opening wise, I think the 4/3 is alright, where you can open Sacrifice Overlord. The 3/4, as I said, not great. You could open Silver Overlord or just Overlord Nothing. I think the Overlord Nothing is a tad better, but really both aren't great. The 5/2 is like the golden opening here. You get to open Buried Treasure and then upgrade and Overlord on the second turn, and already put that Buried Treasure into your deck, the upgrade into your deck, should be really good. And the 2/5, I think, just wants to buy an upgrade. And it's also not super great. I guess you could also opt for the 3/4 opening, just opening Overlord on turn 1. Should also be okay. But yeah, Goal is to really hit looting as early as possible. Maybe we'll facilitate this by weaving in 1 or 2 buried treasures, and then hope we get somewhat lucky with the loot. So yeah, I don't know. Let's start this one. I'm going to follow my own advice, go for the Overlord. Nothing, and we already do not find the Overlord here, which is a bit concerning because there is a chance of not finding it the next turn as well. Now here, I think we either go for another Overlord or for a Pageant. Pageant is I think the correct pronunciation. We are going to hopefully turn one of the estates into an upgrade, so yeah, maybe Pageant really is the best thing to get here. And yeah, let's get rid of one of the estates in favor of silver, cycle one more card, and probably buy another Overlord. And we can just pay off 2 debt here, so one of the coins will be converted into a coffers that we might be able to use later. Now here, I think we just go for upgrade again and get rid of this estate. We could also sacrifice it. But yeah, no, I think upgrade is fine. Keep up the cycling. And again, only pay off two of this debt to hopefully find the Overlord. But the other Overlord, of course, is down here. So I think we just pay off the debt. And with this 2 money, we do nothing. And then next turn, we should be able to buy looting. What is AI doing? AI trashed an estate with the sacrifice. Apparently also, what else did it do? Probably, yeah, just trashed 1 estate so far. So maybe sacrifice missed the shuffle. Yeah, actually pretty weird. I didn't pay full attention to it. Okay, but just found the Overlord here on turn 6 apparently. And yeah, we should cycle a bit with some upgrades and also get clean, shuffle these Overlords back into the shuffle. Actually, for this, it might be better to go for Innkeeper. No, I think just upgrading here is good. Could have also turned the silver into an Innkeeper, but AI bought the upgrade, of course. And yeah, this could be one more upgrade or already the looting. Or already or just a buried treasure. I'm not super convinced about any of the options, but maybe for now let's try to get really thin. We still have 1 estate in there, and or actually the buried treasure is going to be saved over the shuffle. We'll have the 3 money next turn, and then but having 3 treasures in this shuffle just sounds a bit too juicy to not do it. So let's go for the upgrade. I feel the upgrade a bit better. And yeah, let's see how much these curses will hurt us. I hope not too much. For now, we just should probably get rid of the curse and not put another silver into the thing. Next turn, the 2 overlords will probably play 2 upgrades. And yeah, I think going for looting should be correct here. Sextant is a fine loot. If you want to look at it, can you click here? No. Sextant is a loot that will, actually I can show it to you over here. Is one that will allow us to look at top 5 cards. And yeah, let's play this upgrade first. Get rid of this. And I'm almost inclined to just play Innkeeper for +3 cards, discard 3 cards, just to get through more of the shuffle, especially with the upgrade in there. Yeah, that looks a tiny bit better. Could also even go for draw 5, discard 6, but then we would probably find the the Sexton and then trigger a not that great of a shuffle. Yeah, let's just go for the Innkeeper +3, discard 3. But also in this case we trigger an unfortunate shuffle. Well, oh well, we can just discard everything except for the upgrade because that's what we want to see and go for another looting. And yeah, these lootings are just going to help us immensely in threatening multiple provinces. Here, I think we rather trash the estate with a sacrifice later. We really don't need the extra card and just go for another looting. Is that true? Yeah, I think that's fine. And go for more upgrade, probably then next a sacrifice to not trigger the shuffle. I'm saying, and then I see the Sexton in our shuffle in our hand. I guess then we just upgrade it away, and well, there's the extra estate. But yeah, what do we hit here? This is 6, 8. Amazing. Yeah, actually, let's get rid of this in favor of a silver. Might be better than that. And yeah, at this point, I think we should just start to province. I don't think there's that much more to do here. We do need to be cognizant that AI also has 2 loots, like I think a jewels and a shield in its roster, and a bunch of golds with the soothsayers it has played. So it does have some threats for multiple provinces, but I believe we're still in quite the alright position at this point. Yeah, we get to think turn a silver into an Innkeeper. If we trash a copper, then we would have 4. Or we can just province here, I think, and then next turn maybe double province or something like that with the overlords and the loots. Yeah, I think the lack of draw here is going to bite one of us. I'm not sure whether we are going to be this one of us. Yeah, actually, AI has 2 loots and potentially 3 upgrades at its disposal. So we should be safe of triple province. We should certainly province here ourselves. The question is just what do we play here at this point? We could draw into these last 3 cards, which should contain an Overlord and also some other good stuff, and it would allow us to set up a nice next shuffle. We could also smuggle a Duchy at this point, but I don't think that's so super valuable. So this is 9 money. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of playing the Innkeeper here, probably discarding the Overlord into the shuffle. If we do +3 cards, we have, what do we have down there? We have one more Overlord, one more silver. And we saw 2 of them last turn, so no more silvers, probably just 2 coppers. And yeah, no more loot, we just looted 3 times. If we then discard the 3 coppers, let's say, play the Overlord as an upgrade, draw whatever, and we won't have enough to go for another natural province. No, I think we just thin out the copper here and go for maybe even a next turn Amphora. No, let's go for now and then Next turn we can still... Ah, it's a curse and a copper, of course. But yeah, having this upgrade top deck is great, and this will allow us to do quite some stuff. I don't think AI can quadruple province, and thus I think we should just skip our turn here. I don't think the estate would be worth it just um, because the draw is so limited. So yeah, just end our bias here. And yeah, maybe we need to gun it here and go for... Now, well, this is not a great situation to be in, to be honest, because we cannot province here with good conscience. AI does have the jewels at the bottom of its deck. It saw the shield last turn. So in principle, it shouldn't be able to go for the province, but if for the double province, but if it finds one of the overlords, and it certainly has those in the hand there, it could play Overlord as Innkeeper, and this is really annoying. I think we should just smuggle here, smuggle a duchy and buy a duchy, and then see what what we can do. We could trigger this shuffle with the Sexton that would put an Overlord and also the Amphora in there. But this would also mean that we have a bunch of junk in there that we don't want. And you can also just use this to smuggle another duchy. Hey, this has turned really tricky here at this point. I think we just want to buy another duchy and skip our turn here and hope AI cannot double province. Okay, we can work with that, I believe. We can just discard some of the junk. I think we leave the silver on top, and now we double duchy here as well. Or do we even double duchy? Could also just duchy estate. This has turned so tactical. I believe AI could have the shield in there, could have whatever in there. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just go for an estate here to keep the 1 points lead. Although if AI double duchies, then we are forced to go for the provinces, so we don't want to fall behind on the duchies. Yeah, let's go for duchy. I'm feeling the duchy here, and I think we need to gun it and go for upgrade of this into province and go for the +5 cards, discard 6. That would leave us with 2 cards, and if we're lucky, we might have the upgrade and one of the loots in there. And indeed we do. Oh, this is... Whoo! This is unheard of. What a win. I don't feel like we deserve this. Wow. This was a scramble in the end. Yeah, having to play around all of this junky stuff, the Soothsayer stuff. That certainly was something, and I'm sure. Let's see what AI drew. AI had a hand of 3 gold, a duchy, and a copper, so it could have just bought the last province there. It would have won had we not found the upgrade there. So it was a total luck shoot. I'm fairly happy we managed to win this, and I don't have to play it again, but I'm not sure we really deserve this win. In any case, I hope you somehow get through this awful kingdom, drawless kingdom, and I will try to catch you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.